Welcome to Conscious Fiction Sleep Stories. These are fictional bedtime journeys, written especially for women healing from trauma-bonded love. Each story carries the voice of a silenced woman who begins to remember her worth. This is more than a story. It is a mirror, a balm, a spark. Let the words hold you. Let the frequency work on you. And may you remember, night by night, as the woman you were born to be. Written and read by Victoria Rebecca Morrison. Let's begin. Sacred Voice Dreamscape. A complete sleep story. Written especially for you by Victoria Rebecca. Read especially for you by Victoria Rebecca. The silenced soul in love, the echo and the flame, breaking the spell. There is no thunder, no lightning strike, no dramatic departure. Just a shift, small, sacred, unmistakable. She walks differently now, holds her tea longer, lingers in the doorway just a few seconds more. Because something is rising in her, a frequency that no longer fits the silence she once accepted. The spell is breaking, not with rage, but with remembrance. Chapter 1. The day she stops explaining. It happens quietly. He questions her tone. She doesn't defend it. He rolls his eyes. She doesn't chase approval. He pulls away. She doesn't reach. Something in her has shifted from proving to witnessing. She watches the patterns, not with blame, but with clarity. She sees the spell that she has been under, love that only loves her when she's easy, peace that requires her silence, safety that costs her truth. And she no longer wants to be cast in that role. Chapter 2. The mirror cracks again. She looks at him across the dinner table. He is chewing, scrolling, existing beside her like a stranger in familiar skin. She wants to scream, but instead, she studies him. She sees not just who he is, but who she became around him. How she shrank, how she sparkled to keep him engaged, how she called it divine timing when it was really trauma combining. The mirror doesn't lie now, and in the silence, she grieves. Not just for him, but for the girl who thought this was the best love she could have. Chapter 3. The sound of her own voice. She begins to hum softly. At first only when she's alone, and then in the car, then while folding laundry. She starts singing her own name in whispers, like a prayer, like a Sibyl of her own making. Her voice cracks, she lets it. It doesn't have to sound pretty, it just has to be real. And something in her begins to return. The part that once spoke truth without apology. The part that never needed to earn love. She starts saying what she means, saying no, saying less. And in doing so, she hears herself again. Chapter 4. The Untying. She no longer fantasizes about fixing it. She no longer waits for him to wake up. She is awake now. And with that clarity comes peace. Not the peace of resolution, but the peace of reality. She sits with the knowing that it may end. She doesn't force it. She doesn't cling. She unlaces the knot, one darling thread at a time. She no longer needs to be the savior. She no longer needs to play small to stay. She belongs to herself now, even if she still sleeps beside him. That night, she lights a candle, places it by the window, and watches the flame. She doesn't cry. She doesn't speak. She simply breathes and lets the old spell dissolve. I am no longer yours if I must lose myself to keep you. The words rise inside her, not said aloud, not yet, but soon, very soon. Sleep on, darling heart, until we meet next time. And so it is. You have been listening to a conscious fiction sleep story, written for the woman healing from trauma-bonded love. Until next time, darling heart, may the voice within you rise. You are not broken, you are becoming. Written and read by Victoria Rebecca Morrison, Sacred Voice at VM Vocals New Zealand. All rights reserved.